Good morning, guys, and welcome to a new travel vlog. I am right now in the city called Vilnius. This is our capital city of Lithuania, and we are at the gas station. So here behind me you can see the gas station, and we are on our way to Belarus to visit our family. My grandma is turning 100 in a few days, so we just need to get there, celebrate it, and then go back home. And for now, it's been just like 3 hours of a car ride. We left at 5 a.m. So now it's something around 8. My math is not good now. Slept like 2.5 hours, and we're gonna head now to the border pass of Lithuania and Belarus, and that's where the fun part's gonna start, because we have no idea how long it's gonna take us to cross the border, because the lines there are quite crazy lately. So we shall see. I'm gonna be reporting back to you from there, I guess you can start betting already how long it's gonna take us to cross the border, because we read that it can be anything between 2 hours and 12 hours. I hope we are on the 2-hour end, but let's see. Finger crossed. Anyhow, we'll now go back to the car and keep on driving. So see you then. We are approaching the border control. We are now about 3 kilometers away, and a few kilometers back actually started already this whole line of trucks just waiting to pass the border to Belarus, and it's really a lot of them. Poor guys, they have to wait here for many hours, even days, and this does not look fun at all. Hopefully we don't need to wait for that long today, so keep the fingers crossed for us. So we have reached the line at the border, and it's a lot of cars. So it's about 1.5 kilometers, and it's full of cars. The trucks are also here, but also like passenger cars, and it's a lot of time waiting here probably. So we're going to the checkpoint to ask a few questions, because we might be actually lucky and able to pass it a bit faster, but we need to check that first. Let's see if that works out, because this is once in a lifetime probably experience, since the 2022 February things changed, and but we have no choice. We have to go to celebrate my grandma's 100th. It's you don't choose where your family's from. So this is our adventure for this week, and we're gonna keep walking until we reach the border checkpoint. Okay guys, so looks like it's our lucky day. Well, it's not really lucky, because it's luck in unluck. So my mom has actually a disability, and because we're going with her car, we are allowed to pass actually a bit faster. So we were allowed to come closer to the border checkpoint, and hopefully they're not gonna make us wait for too long, because the line is crazy. I'm sure this would have taken us easily 12 or so hours. It's our lucky day thanks to the disability. At least something good comes out of bad things, right? At least sometimes. But we're just gonna hang out here at the border, and I'll report back to you how long it's actually gonna take. So let me check the time. Right now it's 10 to 10 Lithuania time. So let's see when we're gonna leave the border and Lithuanian side, and then also Belarusian side, and when we're gonna enter Belarus. That's a very fun adventure, but this is what it is, and we have to do it. So hi again, and we are still at the border. It's been now about 1 hour and 40 minutes, and we just went for a quick walk, because sitting in a car is quite boring. And here we have our flag. So Lithuania is part of the EU, so clearly we have the blue with the stars, the EU flag on the left. Then the middle one is our coat of arms, so-called Vytis. And then on the right is our national flag, the yellow, green and red. And yellow stands for the sun, green for our very green land. So as you can see also here, there's a lot of green. And then red stands, of course, for the blood that was spilled during many years of wars and different kinds of conflicts. So yeah, we're just gonna now go back to the car. We are having a little break as well, some tea and snacks. At least we're ready in that way. But yeah, let's keep waiting. Who knows how long we will have to be waiting for. Welcome to Belarus, my friends. And we have here a special appearance, a little kitty. So we have just crossed the border. It took us only about 6.5 hours. And actually there was even kind of a little adventure. So they asked us to take all of our stuff out, so like all the personal things, like the bags, backpacks, food, whatever we had in the car, which was like the first time ever. And we are going to Belarus to visit family like almost every year, like definitely every other year. So this was something new. This has never happened before. And then also they took the car to do the x-ray to check like if there's anything in the car. And yeah, so this was like something really weird and new. But anyhow, we have successfully crossed the border. Now the next the next quest is to find a gas station that sells SIM cards, so that we try to stay online. I have downloaded offline maps on Google Maps, so we do know how to get places, but we have no free communication with our family. So like we have only our European SIM cards, which is quite expensive to use here. Yeah, so that's the next to do, and it's still sunny, quite windy and chilly, so May is not super springy yet, but doesn't matter. Our quest this week is to get to my grandma's place and celebrate her birthday. And actually I realized now, just speaking about my new toy, the DJ Osmo, that you can actually clip it in. I don't know if this is supposed to be like this, but it kind of fits perfectly in there. Like at the top there is kind of a gap that I just slid in the mic, and it's there. And now I'm using it like, you know, a proper mic holder for these quick updates for you guys. So far I'm really loving this toy. And I hope you also are enjoying the very smooth movements instead of my usual shaky hand. Anyhow, we'll continue our journey and I'll talk to you later. And here we are, coming close to Minsk, the capital of Belarus. Not a city in Russia, like it was mentioned in the Friends episode, where Phoebe had a boyfriend who was a scientist and went to Minsk. Well, they said it was in Russia, but it's not, it's Belarus.
Цветы бачишь? Красивые. Ой, запах какой. Понюхай. Понюхай.
Давай веселее.
Бог даст. Но живи и радуйся, сколько хватит сил. Столько и сделай. Но самое главное, не думай для истории.
Hi guys, and welcome back to day 2 in Belarus. So last night we drove into Minsk, but we only stayed at my mom's friend's place overnight because it was quite late when we arrived, so we didn't really get to see the city at all. And today we have just arrived to one of the villages in the southeast of Belarus, so very close to the Ukrainian border as well. And this is where my grandma is living. So behind me, this is her little house, so the one on my right. And yeah, so it's her 100th birthday. We have just had some food, we celebrated a little bit. There's gonna be cake still as well. And it's crazy to think that like there is a person who is 100 years old. So she was born in 1924, 9th of May, and today is 2024, 9th of May. So it's really crazy to think that people can actually live this long. And this is also someone like from my family. This is quite unique, I would say. I mean, as you can see from the clips that I shot as well, it's really like we don't come from money, we don't come from rich family or anything. My grandma actually, she's been through the war times and now she's living in a village here. So in like the 40s, she was in Germany and she was working there for like a farmer's family over there. Of course, it was forced work, not voluntary. And then in the 80s, she was living also very close to Chernobyl. So when it all happened as well, she had to leave everything behind and move. So yeah, she's been through some serious stuff, even probably more than we have been through now. The millennials, we think that we have seen a lot, but there are people still here on this planet who have seen even more. She has always worked also like farm jobs. So yeah, I guess this is also like my interest in greenery and growing things comes from there too. So I guess this is part of the DNA. Hopefully also the 100-year-old birthday is part of my DNA. So I'll get to live that long too, and also remember everything, because she actually still can remember a lot of things and she can still think like quite clearly. Of course, she doesn't see well or doesn't hear well, but other than that, for a 100-year-old person, she's quite fit, I would say. And yeah, so let me show you as well a bit of the land. So this is the land. I can't really go too far because there is a lot of soil everywhere, but this whole thing, she is working here. Still, like 2 years ago we were here, everything was fully like filled with the greens, like I don't know, tomatoes, cucumbers, etc, etc. Now here we have some potatoes. There are going to be some potatoes, and yeah, she just keeps herself busy and just takes it one thing at a time. That's it.
001. У тебя новый отчет пошел. Вот, ба, смотри. 100. 100 годиков, да? Ты девчонка еще. Да. Дива, дива.
С днем рождения! Рождения!
Прийшла смерть, не застала вдома, да застала у корчмі коло самогона. Да застала у корчмі коло самогона. Ти ж і зловила.
Hi guys, and welcome to Minsk. So last night, very late, we came back to Minsk to my mom's friend's place, and now we are already out and about. I think we're gonna spend the day in the city. Right now we are in a shopping center. It's kind of split into different areas, like the regions of Belarus, like I don't know, even like, let me show you actually. I'm right next to a map now. So here you can see like each floor represents one region. So like the first floor, or like the ground floor actually, because it starts with 1, is for the Minsk area, and then there is Vitebsk and Mogilovsk and Minsk area, and then on the top floor is Brest, Grodno and Gomel. And yeah, so kind of each shop represents that area, or like is originally from that area, which is quite interesting. However, we have lost my mom here with her friend because while we don't come here for shopping, I guess that they wanted to get some stuff. So yeah, that's why we are just like wandering around and waiting for them. So like here there are lots of stores with chocolate, for example. This one is, I know this brand as well, it's Komunarka, so it's from Minsk, and we used to buy here also chocolate like from this brand when we were like younger, or I was a kid and we were coming to Minsk. And you can of course get a lot of stuff. So the very famous one probably would be this one, Alonka. It's like one of the most famous faces of chocolate. Yeah, so it's quite interesting and different. So, but next up I hope that we're gonna be in the city, because I think we will be leaving already back to Lithuania tonight. Like, I don't know, either we're gonna start driving tonight or tomorrow morning. We shall see. We still have to decide what we want to do. But for today, we are spending the day in the capital of Belarus, which is quite nice. And for like our village visit, so my grandma, there were some things that happened unexpectedly, so I actually couldn't film a lot. But I'm gonna tell you everything, just not right now since we are out and about, and I need a few minutes for that as well, because well, it's not all fun. Anyway, I need to get back to my people, and then I'll get back to you whenever we change the location. And here we go. We are out of the shopping center and on our way to the city center, and finally we are taking a metro, which I haven't been in since I was like 12, probably the last time. I have no idea. So this is also kind of an adventure, going to the city by the train. And here it is, the entrance to the metro station. You just kind of have this red M. That means it's the metro.
Наступная станция площадь Перамоти. Осторожно, двери зачиняются. Next station is площадь Перамоти. By the closing doors.
We have arrived to a station called Square of Lenin. If you know who this guy is, you know it. And this is a station full of marble. And yeah, this is basically the city center. And in a second we'll be out on the streets. So here we are outside, just got out of the metro station that's behind me, and we are now in the city center. Right in front of me, well, there's a bus now, but right behind the bus, this is the presidential palace, if I'm translating it correctly. So one of the landmarks, and then a bit to the right, the red one is a church. Don't remember now what was the name of it. I'll put it on the screen for you guys. But yeah, this is like the main area here with all the landmarks of the Minsk city, and we are now gonna head direction there behind the bus through this underground passage, and I think next to do is get lunch. And here we are now on the other side of the road, and this is the church that I was pointing towards, one of the main squares in Minsk. And also I just received some fresh information that actually in Minsk they are trying to go away from the fuel, so like the public transportation is mainly electric powered. So the yellow bus that you saw just like a few seconds ago was actually electric. And now we are heading to get lunch. That should be somewhere there in that orange yellow house right in front of us. And yeah, so this is a little detour, so to speak, in the city center for us, just kind of to show things around, but also to get lunch because I think we are all quite hungry now. And this is our little group trying to get to the food. And we are going in. Just finished our lunch time and we're now going to an underground shopping center. So like there is kind of, they call it like a city underground, and the shopping center is called Stolica, or if you translate it, it's the capital, like the capital city. Yeah, and like the stores like underground, just below the square that we were on a few seconds ago. So yeah, and this is like proper underground shopping center with several floors underneath with like different kind of stores. Like there you can see there is a chocolate store, then there is some shoe store, and like here also another shoe store. Here's some like underwear and everything. Yeah, so there's plenty of things that you can buy underground, which is quite nice, like when the weather is not good. Yeah, very nice. Oh, there are even matryoshkas. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see well from here, but there they are in the middle. It's me again. We have just decided to leave the underground shopping center. Well, just a few of us actually, because my mom and a friend of hers, they are still checking out some things there. But the four of us, we got tired of just sitting and waiting, and now we are walking on one of the main kind of central streets in Minsk, which is called Prospekt Nezalezhnosti, which is in Russian, I think, the Independence Street Road. I mean, in Belarusian, in Russian it would be Независимости. And yeah, so it's just a really big street in the city center, as you can see. And yeah, we're just gonna walk one metro stop while they're still shopping, and they're gonna meet us there. They're gonna just take the metro, that's faster, and that's it for now. Like, as you can see, the street is quite big, like there are, I don't know, like 4 lanes each way. You know, lots of bars, shops along the way. It's one of like older streets. I think like it was built mainly in the 1950s, if I'm not mistaken. Like here you can see the flag of Belarus. Yeah, it's, well, the weather is kind of weird. You can see the sky is kind of nice and almost blue with just a few clouds here and there, but it's really windy and it kind of makes it really cold, so the temperature is not that nice. So yeah, like you see, my hair is flying all the way, like in all directions. But yeah, we just have now today, I think, to spend some time in the city, and we're gonna go back to Lithuania either tonight or tomorrow morning. We still have to decide that. And my brother actually is gonna stay here in Minsk for a few more days. So we are going back home to Lithuania, just the 3 of us. And yeah, that's it for now. I'm gonna check in with you guys also later again. have walked a little bit further, and there you can see a huge building. It's called the Palace of Republic Palace, something like that. And yeah, this is just basically the Palace of Culture, if I'm not mistaken. And then there is a Palace of Culture and... oh, my translation today is not working well, but anyway, so it's Palác Kultury Profsojuzów. Yeah, so as you can see, it's quite huge. Like, the streets are really big, like majestic type of buildings as well. It's like a lot here of space. Also a lot of people, and it's actually also Saturday, so that's quite normal to have people outside on a Saturday. And we are still walking a bit further to meet up with my mom and a friend of ours after their shopping spree, and just like, you know, looking around. To me, here it's always like kind of a little bit Soviet style, like stuck in time a little bit. However, like the lunch place that we went to, it was very nice, not so outdated, but like the streets, clearly they're not gonna rebuild everything because, well, it would take a lot of time and money, and things are already here, so why not to keep using them? Yeah, so it's interesting. It's different from what you usually see in like Central Europe and all. So if you are an adventurous person who wants to visit different things, then this is one of the places I could recommend visiting if you can. And here's another yellow bus that is electric, because they're trying to be eco-friendly, which is nice actually, so why not? This is where we're gonna end our walk in Minsk. So here, a quick scan around me. It's really windy, but our ladies finally finished their shopping and they're meeting us here. So we're gonna go catch the metro back to the outskirts of the city. So here's another way to the metro. And there's even a little parade and a uniform, just like accidentally. And here are our ladies. And that's it. So yeah, the boys are going somewhere and we're gonna go to the metro. Okay, you guys, we are back on the outskirts, and I wanted to show you one more thing actually before we go to the suburbs, to my mom's friend place for the night. And it's kind of quite a unique building that they built, I don't know, maybe like 15 or so years ago, maybe more. I'll have to double check that, but yeah, just look at it basically. So here it is. As you can see, this is like a weird looking building, and this is the National Library of Belarus, in this kind of, what is it, hexagon shape. And they also do kind of like tours inside, and it is like a working library. There's also a coffee shop upstairs. We went there long time ago, maybe like 10 years ago or so. It was nice, like there's a view, and yeah, so that's like an interesting building. It also lights up in the darker time of the day, so like in the evenings it can light up in different colors. And we're just gonna have a quick look before we head outside the city. So we came a little bit closer to the building now, and here is a little, well, not little guy here. His name is Scorina or something. And he was, I think, the first guy who printed a book on the territory of Belarus. So like the first printed book was done by him. It was not easy to build it, so like the ground here was not good, and they had to really struggle a lot before they could put in all the work. Like it was a lot more complicated than they thought it would be, but the president of course wanted to do it, so they had to do it no matter what it took, and it took a lot more effort than they were planning. Here's the entrance to the library. As you can see, and there are some prints here in different languages, and it says, what does it say? Национальная библиотека Беларуси. Basically it has all kinds of books from all types of libraries. They put everything in here, and now like the books are of course kept safely, like in proper conditions and secure, so like in case of a fire or anything, just like this hexagon would be dead but the books would be still alive. Yeah, so this is kind of another attraction in the city of Minsk. It's kind of a unique thing as well. I think this is then the end of my little tour of Minsk, just in a few hours today that we had, and we're just gonna go back to the suburbs, get some dinner, get ready to travel back home to Lithuania, which is going to be another adventure again, because we have no idea how long we're gonna wait at the border, if it's gonna work again with my mom's VIP pass, aka disability pass, because now from the side of Belarus we are not sure if they gonna allow that, because Lithuania did allow that, and well, hopefully we can pass quite quickly, because well, sitting just in the car for like 12 or more hours is definitely not fun. Do not recommend. So only go if you really need to, like we really needed to go because it was my grandma's 100th birthday. It's like really something really important to do. And yeah, so right now let's finish up with beautiful Minsk and keep on going.
I was quietly protective of my heart to reassure that I couldn't break to pieces and be left alone once more. If you hadn't been so patient, you'd be easy to ignore. You put up with all my till you did, and then
Good morning. So we are back at the border on the Belarus side. We have just arrived like maybe half an hour ago, just sitting in a car because we have to wait for our turn. We don't get to go sooner this time. The VIP pass didn't work, so we will be waiting in the general general parking lot. So this is our setup here. As you can see, it's quite sunny, so when you're not driving it also gets hot. And yeah, so this is the waiting area. This is where we're gonna spend a few hours. People are just eating, including us. We have some snacks. People from Minsk got us some food to go, and this is our plan for the next few hours. Hopefully it's gonna be quick, but yeah, the hope is not really big, sadly. Hi guys, it's been now a few hours, I think, maybe like 1 or 2 hours since I last spoke to you, and we are still in the same spot. So just got out of the car for a little walk because, well, it's actually not so much that you can do here because, well, it's basically all fenced, and there is just like a parking lot where everybody's waiting for their turn. And there you can see a bit further over there on this little house in the middle, on the top, you see they just put like the number plates, who's next to leave. And otherwise, yeah, you can't really go anywhere, because if you leave, especially with your car, that's it, you lose your spot and you have to pay again to enter. It's 12 rubles, it's something around like 3 euros. And then if you leave, you lose your spot and you need to queue again, which is not fun at all. And there is nothing to do here at all, just like walking around. There's like just the like portable toilet situation, like, you know, the toy thing. So like here at the end you can see now they have these toilets and that's it. Nothing else, like no cafes, no nothing, no food to go, just some trash cans, toilets, and a lot of greenery behind the fence. So we are kind of in a little prison now until we get to go, and well, hopefully our number plates will be very soon. I think, like, at least I'm hoping that we're gonna leave in the next few hours latest to be able to get home by midnight, because from here it's something around 400 kilometers to home, and I would like to sleep in my bed tonight with proper shower, kitchen, and all that stuff. 5 hours later we are finally moving somewhere. Our number plates were shown on the screen and we are ready to go across the border back to Lithuania. Guys, we are finally in Lithuania. It's been at least 9 hours since we first started, like the first waiting area, and we have finally crossed the border and we are back in our home country. And it doesn't look good on this side of the border either. So like these cars, they're all waiting like for the first checkpoint, and it looks really bad. I think it even looks worse than when we were going to Belarus, like that direction. Yeah, really happy that we are finally back in Europe. It's good to be back home. And now we just have about like 3.5 or so hours till we are actually home, and we can take a shower, we can sleep, we can rest and just enjoy the rest of our vacation, because we still have 1 more week to go of our vacation before we have to drive back to Germany. So yeah, let's enjoy the drive and the sunset.
Calling at your door, oh now I stand here calling at your door.